Well, boys, here we go. This is all anyone is talking about right now, and considering the topic of my last video, I would say this video was inevitable. So The Witcher Blood Origin has just released and it just might be the single worst piece of dog shit TV show, not just of the year, but in the history of the entire industry. Now, that is kind of a tough call, though. You know, if it weren't for the Rings of Power, then it would be no contest whatsoever that it's the worst show of the year. It's just that I'm especially angry about Rings of Power because I'm such a huge Lord of the Rings fan. But wait, oh my God, we also can't forget about She-Hulk either. Damn, there was just so much trash this year. How the hell can we even pick one? You know, if Netflix had just waited a couple of more weeks to release this pile, then it would be the obvious winner. But they just had to slip this monstrosity in there at the last second. Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter which one is the worst. What matters is that we have to witness Hollywood destroying all of our beloved franchises while we sit here pretty much powerless to do anything about it aside from taking to social media and YouTube to air our grievances while they laugh at us behind the scenes. They just really love pissing off all the incels. And Netflix is having an absolute ball at the moment. You know, between chasing off Henry Cavill from his role of Geralt of Rivia because they were so adamant about bastardizing the original source material that they would rather let their freaking lead movie star walk away from the series instead of just doing what would make all the fans happy and help increase their subscription numbers by just making a faithful freaking adaptation. So yeah, don't even try to tell me they aren't doing this crap on purpose. Alright, but let's get back to The Witcher Blood Origin. So after the Witcher Twitter account shared out this video titled, "The cast give you 10 reasons why you should watch the show," which was much more like they were giving you reasons why you should not watch it. You know, there wasn't one mention about the story, nothing about the writers or their credentials. All the reasons were so asinine, I just sat there completely dumbfounded while I tried to figure out why they thought a man-on-man kiss would get Witcher fans hyped up for it. But the one thing that's pretty funny with this whole thing is even though there is so much discourse and division out there in the world right now, how people hate each other so much and can never seem to find common ground on anything, but for the first time in months, the masses have actually found something that has managed to unite everybody together, and that is with their shared hatred of this freaking show. I mean, just look at that score, a whopping 8%. Man, it takes some serious dedication to producing dog shit to achieve such a score. I mean, hell, even the fake geek activist journalists hate this thing, but I still don't care what they think, even if they happen to agree with me. Their opinions are always and will always be irrelevant. But the audience is being absolutely ruthless in their criticism. Check this shit out. I would like to see at least one real man on this show. Yeah, you aren't going to get anything like that anytime soon since, you know, Hollywood considers any real men to be a form of toxic masculinity. Nope, not allowed. 1 star. I love the video game, so then I started reading the books. I love the first season of The Witcher, not so much the second. When I seen this on Netflix, I was excited to watch it, but the excitement quickly vanished. This was written, directed, and produced by someone who hates The Witcher. Everything was like, what can we do to destroy this series so we don't have to work on it anymore? They succeeded. And this is it right here, and the same goes with Hollywood in general. They always hire people who hate these franchises and especially nerd culture in general to write, produce, and direct these things. It's absolutely infuriating. And it sounds like this person is a big Witcher fan who is actually perfectly fine with having an open mind about the show and giving it a chance because he loves the universe so much. You know, I personally was out on the show almost immediately because I could tell it was going to be a woke piece of crap. But when you can't even get people willing to give it a shot to like it, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. 1.5 stars. This show is clearly made by people who have very little regard for the source material. Read the books and play the games, but steer clear of this tripe. Yup, agreed. If you have any interest in The Witcher whatsoever, the games are pretty much the only thing you need, especially Witcher 2 and 3. Those were 2 of the greatest games ever made, both with incredibly good stories. Another 0.5 star. I can't believe this is real. The dialogue is really bad, using modern slang and slurs. And not even on my worst day will I come up with something so bland and illogical as the backstories they are creating for an existing universe, LOL. Well, it's funny you should mention the bad dialogue because look at this image from the show. And no, this is not a meme. Now, it doesn't necessarily bother me for them to use the F word. I mean, Geralt does use that word in The Witcher 3. However, fuckity? Seriously, who wrote this? It sounds like dialogue thought up by an angry tween who was taken off their Adderall. Is this really the best you could do? So yeah, pretty much everyone hates it. I mean, the reviews go on like this for like 100 pages. You can come here and check them out if you want to laugh. Or you could just watch the show. I mean, that'll do a great job of making you laugh. But this is just the way it is with this show. It's absolutely atrocious. But more than just being terrible, it's also taking liberties and retconning the original source material, like we knew they would do. I had completely forgotten about this article from earlier in the month when I made my last video the other day, which talks about how the show's executive producer Lauren Hissrich, who is also the showrunner for the Witcher series and is the idiot responsible for ruining the show and chasing away Henry Cavill. But she was saying that the Black Elf in Blood Origin is actually planned to be Ciri's ancestor. So for no reason whatsoever, they are writing it in that Ciri will now be part Black Elf. Now, of course, for everyone who actually knows the lore, Ciri is descended from an NL elf, which is what makes her so special and powerful. But the elf that Ciri is actually descended from is Lara Dorn, and she looked like this. All this other shit about her being descended from this one right here is a completely fabricated retcon. So here we are, once again, more pointless, woke, pandering retcons that they know will do nothing but piss the fans off. But still, they do it anyway. Seriously, fuck this show. So, that's about it. Blood Origin is pretty much what I expected it to be, though I will admit that even I didn't expect it to achieve a sub 10% aggregate on Rotten Tomatoes, but it absolutely deserves it. It is simply that bad. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and check out one of these other videos I uploaded recently, or consider subscribing if you want more content just like this. I'll catch you all later.